You want to come over and craft? But like that was the beginning of, and it opened the door because like it unlocks another part of your brain because you're not used to doing this thing. I'm used to doing stuff with my ears. I'm used to doing stuff with my voice. Now I'm doing stuff with my hands. And the main thing is, can I keep my hands busy enough to not open the laptop, which was the source of all my drama?
Hello, and welcome back to the Be Well Sis podcast. I am your host, Dr. Cassandra Dunbar. How has life been treating you? But more importantly, how have you been treating yourself? Me, I am currently on a high because I just had the best conversation with TK Dutes, who is an independent audio producer, educator, host, and reporter of nearly 2 decades. And she currently serves on the board of the Association of Independents in Radio, so AIR. And I actually met her when I was part of the AIR Amplify cohort. It was an accelerator program for podcast marketing, and she was one of the leaders. And I was just like, she is so dope, and so happy that I got a chance to speak with her. So in today's episode, you hear about more about TK and her upcoming project, which is called The Secret Life of TK Dutes, which is as she describes it, a loose audio documentary just about how she recovered from a burnout. So I will stop blabbing. Let's go ahead and hop into today's conversation. As always, thank you so much for joining. I am so glad you're here. Be well, sis. I've been wanting to speak to you on the podcast for a minute. So for some backstory, I met TK, well, virtually, because I was part of the AIR Media. What do you call it? The accelerator program. Amplify program. Yes.
Yeah.
And you were one of the leaders. And every week I would just show up and just like, oh, she's so dope. Like just so dynamic. And then when I found out you were Haitian, I was just like, oh, well, all right, my people.
Yeah.
And what I love about the way that you are is that you just seem to be just so full of life and like, this is me, like take it or take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like when we were growing up, at least my experience as a Haitian American was that no, like you have to be like small and demure and quiet and, you know, think about other people 1,000 times before you even think about yourself. And for me, it made me really small. Like it made me not really allow myself to be myself. So I would love to know, what has been your experience? Like, did you have to find yourself in this way, or did you grow up in an environment that encouraged you to be you in all the ways?
I would say half and half, you know, because it doesn't leave the elders, you know, like that's how they know how to teach you, right? And they're very fear focused. So like if you don't act like that, you know, if you don't act soft and small, you know, who's going to choose you? No, man, you know, if you don't cook, who's going to choose you? If you don't, you know, wear a dress. And I was like, I mean, whatever. Like
right. Like,
whatever.
Yeah.
And then when I like took a survey of like the people I was going to say enjoyed being around, but actually that asserted themselves the most, whether or not I enjoyed being around them, the women in my family, they were the loud ones or the expressive ones, you know? They were the bosses of things. And I'm like, I want that.
Right.
I don't want this other
stuff,
thing.
right?
Because either way, the person that, you know, if it's all about being chosen, you know, I love our people, but sometimes it's tough, like the dynamics, the relationship dynamics. No one's getting chosen well.
Hell no.
Not the quiet ones, not the loud ones. So which one would you rather be, ma'am?
Right.
You know?
Right.
So then the other half is just unlearning that stuff and then allowing myself to speak. And I'm on my mother's side, I'm the eldest grandchild. So I had a lot of time with the eldest niece. And I had a lot of time with my grandparents. And my grandma just on that side let me talk my shit.
I love it.
Right? And she was just like,
Yes.
I didn't know if I was right and I didn't know if I was wrong, but I knew she let me cook. And here I am in 2025.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. I think about how one thing you said that just really resonated with me was the fact that, like, yeah, they were being chose, but like, I looked around, I was just like, I don't want none of
Yeah.
this. Like, no, thank you. Like, no thanks. Like, I'm always surprised. I look back, I'm just like, dang, I'm actually married to somebody, and I'm like, somebody's like people's mother, because I did not
Yeah.
want this. I'm just like, what I saw growing up as like a relationship, I'm just like, this is terrible. Like,
Yeah.
this is actually fucking hell. Like literally,
Yeah.
like I don't want any parts of this. In my mind, I'm like, you know what? All I want, because I always did want to be a mother. I'm just like, I want to be able to take care of me and my kid, and that's that. I don't want no man up
Period.
in my house. Like,
Yeah.
anywho,
Yeah. The examples were not good examples. So it was just like, yo, like disconcerting. Like, wait, so I'm supposed to want what?
like that's the prize? That thing right there?
That right?
No.
I don't.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna go get a job.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna go get a job. Mhm. Yeah.
That part. So I would love to know about your podcast. I'm really fascinated by it's like a loose autobiography. So let's talk. What
Yeah.
inspired
The
it?
Secret Life of TK Dutes. That's me. Which is crazy. Like at first, the name of it was just gonna be The Secret Life of TK, and I'm like, it rolls off the tongue.
Mhm.
And then Chioki from Resonate, he's talking to me and he's like, why not your full name? Why not your last name? And I was like, well, I'm here, I'm being shy. I said, I just told you how loud I like being, but meanwhile, I'm being shy about my last name. And he was like, it's a calling card. It's a powerful last name. Put it on the label. And I was like, okay, you got me, bro. Redid the art, added that, and it just feels more like me because I'm a person that's been struggling to be seen in this industry of podcasting. Well, actually, you know what? Let me correct
Really?
myself. Not be seen,
Mhm.
because I do the best PR on me.
Okay.
Trust. I
Okay.
do the best
Okay.
PR on me.
Mhm.
Okay. But I have struggled being valued
Mm.
for the work I do in this industry. And with the isms of it, and I talk about it in
Yeah.
episode 1 with the capitalism, the sexism, homophobia,
Mhm.
racism, all of that has infected every industry.
Yeah.
It's showing right now for Black women.
Yeah.
300,000 just now in this administration being pushed off glass cliffs left and right.
Yep.
But we've already been dealing with this in podcasting. We have been dealing with it so long. Like the fact that, like, don't let nobody act like, I listened to TK's show and I didn't know. I won't tell you that's a lie.
Mhm.
The lie detector test said that's a lie.
Right.
Because I was there. And I don't have to be there when my colleagues 8 to 10 years ago stood up in certain rooms
Mhm.
and was like, oh, here, we have this POC directory. Stop bothering us or stop asking us for, like trying to like ask us for like our like colleagues' information as if
Mhm.
we're supposed to be HR. I
Right.
need a job too.
Right.
So
Right.
how can I need a job and then be the recruiter? And because y'all don't know where to find, suddenly you don't know where to find Black people.
Mm.
You don't know where to find Spanish people. You don't know
Mhm.
where to find gay people, right? So like there was this infection.
Mhm.
So they stood up to do something about it. And that was my beginnings of the entry to this industry.
Mhm.
So this is old.
Yeah. Sadly.
So when you like go through all that stuff, it taints the work you're trying to do. And then you get the job, you get the thing, and then you think you're in, which
Mhm.
is another, phenomenon that a lot of people go through. You think you're in,
Mhm.
but you're not. You're
Mhm.
not, because, folks have learned the language of social justice. They learn the language to like get that new Black woman worker,
Yeah.
get that new gay worker, get that new minority person. So, you think you hearing words like equity, you hearing intersectionality. I could die right now happy if I didn't hear somebody blow smoke up my butthole with
Yeah.
that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Yeah.
I've just noticed all the patterns, and it made me literally sick. I was in a lot of pain. I had to unlearn and relearn self-care. Had to take a step back. And also, like, how much step back can we take as people that are the most marginalized already. So we're not getting the money.
Yeah.
So like, what is stepping back? Look for people that don't have the money to step back.
Right.
I'm telling you, I've stepped back, but since I was still working, like,
of course, because you have to survive,
how?
right?
Yeah.
The bills keep coming. And oh man, first of all, I am so sad to hear, and I'm surprised as somebody who was like on the margins, right? That you weren't getting your things, because I
No.
knew of you way before I was part of that cohort. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, like she is in the industry. She is a part of the
Yeah.
industry. And I hate.
No, I forced myself on them. I forced myself.
And I'm sad that you weren't getting what you deserved. That's.
Yeah.
Oh, it's disheartening. But also, I'm not surprised. I'm surprised, but also not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
know what I also think about a lot? One of my gripes about Western medicine is that, like, how we try to separate the body from the mind, from, the spirit. It's all interconnected. So all the stresses that we're experiencing that are impacting us mentally eventually is going to impact us physically.
Yeah.
And because we are how we are as a people, as a culture, we might ignore like the little nudges, right? So like we might have like these headaches, or we might not be sleeping right, or like these little minor aches and pains that we're just like, you know what, I'll just keep pushing until like the body starts to like scream at us like, girl, sit down somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said sit down. Yep. All that's also in episode 1. I mean, like, I don't waste no time. I'm like, let me tell you my business from the top. Episode 1, part 1, part 2. My fibroids started screaming at me, and then other, like, right, like, there's always other stuff that you just don't know, right? So like I shared, like, I couldn't figure out, like, why was my menstrual flow like the whole month?
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like 3 weeks. Like way too long. And then when I finally had an episode like you with the fibroids that made me go, oh, okay. So then, you do your Googles, and I'm uninsured, so I'm sorry, sis, I don't have no doctors. But
oh no. And that also is infuriating, our system. Yeah. But go ahead.
And they're talking about high cortisol. And then I said, cortisol, what's that? Oh, stress hormone. Okay, well, what do I have right now in my life? Stress.
Yeah.
So I just like started to just be like, okay, one thing I can do is try to remove those stressful elements, which is why the step back, right? And then what can I do for myself with this stepping back, with the time that I'm regaining, with this, like, I learned how to sleep again. I learned how to like follow my body clock, where, you gave me a calendar invite. I think I gave you my times. This is a very natural time for me. You know what I'm saying? But like before, I was just like thugging it out. Like, and I hated waking up in the morning. Like literally, it's like, you don't want to say it out loud to the universe, but I'm like, I did not want to,
Been there. Yep. Been there.
And I'm like, oh, wait, but now that I'm relearning how my body works, girl, I'll see you at 11. I'll see you at 12. I'll be on till 7. You know what I'm saying? People act like there's no other way to live or work. And then once you realize that some of this stuff, you have the freedom to change. The store is going to be open at noon, the same way it was open at 9. So don't worry about it, right? Like, you'll find the things you need, or nothing's going to close on you. So, like, all this stuff led me to like going on some like just journeys, like literally going outside. So then I did learn more through like medical tourism. I got into my spirituality. So like, like me putting this ancestor altar up that I told you about kind of comes from like me learning about that kind of stuff in Mexico, like me going to Cuba, and like just integrating creating my own practice, right? Like we're Haitian, so we have a practice as well, but because of the way that our culture is set up, that doesn't get shared with us.
Nope.
So I'm starting externally and circling back to within, because eventually I'm going to circle back and I'm going to go to IET, right? And then I'm going to go learn more about that stuff. So it's like this podcast is just a reflection of this journey, first starting with what had happened to now what I'm doing about it.
Right. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
How do you navigate, and how do you decide what you will share, what you won't share? Like,
Oof.
you know?
Yeah. There's definitely some stuff that, like, I'm very forthcoming and anywhere. So it's like, how do I navigate that just in a conversation too, right? Like, I gotta, like, sometimes I do have to chill. I'm my mother's daughter and we talk too much. So like with myself, I had to say, okay, I can only share how it affected me, how the things affected me. I don't need to do who, what, where. Those people are not even important to me anymore.
Yeah.
They did the damage. I can't give them no more airtime. So what can get the airtime is how it affected me and what I'm doing to heal myself. And so that helps me to build a boundary. Because I don't want to give these people or things or systems more airtime.
Fair.
Then, other people's stories, like other people's stories be wound up in yours. So I have to measure, like, what part of this story am I telling that's mine, right? That is okay to tell. So, I'm not going to be out here, like, if we have a thing, like, okay, I'll share, like, we have a moment in an episode where I talk about my dad. And I'm like, damn, is that part my story to tell? And the main part of it is no, right? But what is mine to tell is what I witnessed, right? What I witnessed him going through that correlated to my life now. And how that witnessing affected me and realizing that we're very similar, and that is my part of the story to tell. So I actually went over that part several times. I left a lot in. I took some out. And then, like, even before the 11th hour, I said, hold on. I'm not taking shit out, but I am gonna change it a little. Yeah. Because it's too hot for TV for me.
Right. And that's what matters.
For y'all, y'all
you.
probably wouldn't even know. But for me, I need to wake up in the morning and be okay with this.
Right. And that's what matters when you're telling your story. Like, how do you feel? Like, the audience, like, neither here nor there. Like, does it resonate? Does it feel good in your spirit, in your soul? So yeah, that's real. I struggle with talking about myself. I realize some of it is because of, I think the way I was socialized, everything is like, you keep it in here. Like, even
secret.
Everything's a secret, right? Yes. And even, for example, like when I went back to therapy with my second son, it was a traumatic birth and I was depressed. The way you said, wake up, like, I don't want to wake up. Like, literally, I realized that something was not okay when I would thank God, like, thank you, God, for waking me up. But also, why'd I wake up? Like, you could have just let me go. Like, and I'm like, all right, hold on. This is not how I should be feeling right now. Let me go talk to somebody. So I needed her help. I'm like, mom, can you please watch the baby from this time to this time? I'm going to therapy. She said, you going to who? She's like, do you pray? I'm like, yeah, I pray. Okay, yeah. She's like, she's like, I see you don't go to church no more. Like, what's going on? Jesus, okay, is what we need. I'm just like, okay, I have Jesus, but also Jesus put these people in place to, like, help me out. Right. So she was really upset. Long story short, I'm just like, listen, you gonna watch baby or not? Like, I'm gonna get a babysitter if not. So she watched him, and even with time, seeing how it's made me better, she's like, I'm happy you started talking to that lady. I'm just like, okay.
They got that lady.
Right.
First of all, not your therapist, not your doctor.
No, that lady.
That lady.
Right.
You know what? We take what we can get, baby steps, right? I love our parents, but they have to see it to believe it.
That.
And I've sat on calls where, like, there's always someone in my house. So I'll be on calls with my parents and they're just wilding on, that's life. And the way that, like, the times that I would talk to them and, like, just be like, I don't know what to do about this. I can't help you. Like, I would just shut down versus this time where I'm like, okay, well, how did that make you feel? Right? Like, so what what are you thinking about doing now? Like, and then like, my friend in the background was like, damn, you handled that. Like, yeah.
Parenting,
like, if
your
they're
parents.
not gonna go, we
Yep.
gotta be the doctor too.
Yep.
Like,
Yep. And it's like we're parenting. We're reparenting. We're raising them in a way. Yep.
We're reparenting, and through reparenting our parents, we reparent ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I love them, but there's nothing that has grown me more than reparenting each other,
Mm-hmm.
and then through them myself, because I'm like, okay, you see the secret brain. I was gonna say I'm 44 years old. Like, I don't even want to say that shit out loud. I'm proud, but
As
like
you
the
should
Haitian
be.
secret brain.
Yes.
was
Yes.
like,
That's my business.
Should I lie up on this show? Should I lie up on this show? Oh my God! You see how that happened? I forgot what I was gonna say because that shit shook me. Okay, my bad. I'm grown. We're reparenting. It's fine.
Yes, it's all good.
Yeah.
So even outside of the podcasting space, like you're hands-on, like you make jewelry and things. So how is creativity a part of your self-care?
It was one of the first things I did when I was when all the shit was hitting the fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I was like, oh, people paint for fun. People, what can I do?
Mm-hmm.
Right? But it was COVID time.
Mm-hmm.
And we were all in the house because I saw ceramic was making a big boom. I was
Truly.
like, ceramics was trending and I wanted to play. Oh man. But we couldn't go nowhere, sis. So I Googled, I was like, I didn't even know the keywords. I was like, what is like ceramics that's not ceramics that I could do at home?
Mm-hmm.
And from that Google, the game changed. I found a craft that I like. I'm able to do it at home. And then I never really pursued that kind of ceramic anymore because this was enough for me at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you get excited and you like, well, I want to try that and I want to try that. And then I just started. So now I'm an extreme hobbyist. I never met a hobby I didn't like.
Nice.
I will buy or find or pick up from the street. And I'm like, woo. That shit makes me high, sis. Like, I'm like, well, we crafted today. You want to come over and craft? But like, that was the beginning of, and it opened the door because like it unlocks another part of your brain because you're not used to doing this thing. I'm used to doing stuff with my ears.
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to doing stuff with my voice.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm doing stuff with my hands. And the main thing is, can I keep my hands busy enough to not open the laptop, which was the source of all my drama. My inbox was on fire. You know what I'm saying? Somebody always needed something. If I put the headphones on to go into a recording, who's going to have an attitude today? And who's going to blame me on some shit that they doing? Right? So if you can't open the computer because your hands are dirty,
there we go.
Then you can't be exposed to it, baby.
Right? Cheat code. Hello.
Go dirty your hands. Dirty your hands. Oh, I was making bread. I only made like 2 successful breads, but I was putting my hands in something.
Right. You mentioned earlier that something that stuck out to me. You said that in terms of spirituality, how like you're going to come full circle. Do you think the creativity part in working with your hands is that full circle? Were you a creative child? Like, did you always have your hands in something as a kid?
I think I was. I think, you just don't realize it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But there was like, I'm always like was doodling something or putting a collage on the wall. But like, I didn't really consider it.
Yeah.
But I do remember enjoying certain classes more than others and being like, and knowing like as a grown up, had someone tapped in and said, oh, this thing on the refrigerator is really nice. Would you like to take classes at the community center?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could see where the switch could have happened.
Yeah.
I really could. Like, I was like, but it was just like, I'm doing good in art. Thumbs up. You know, you keep it moving.
Right. Yep, for sure. I feel like for me, they didn't encourage the arts. Like, the people raising me who are just like...
Right. There's no money in it. Right. Supposedly, right?
Right. Like, go to the sciences or math or something. Go do that.
Yeah.
Do not spend time in the arts. And As I'm older and I'm looking around, what makes life worth living is the arts. Like,
Yeah.
that's where the
And it's
joy comes from.
everything that people want for free.
Mm. Well,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
And I'm like, man, that's like another conversations like I've had, like, you know, when I go to another country and I'm like, you know, like I'll go to a marketplace, I have to remember I'm still a product of this Western culture, and I'm still a
Sure.
product of this thing that goes like, you know, if I don't value myself, how can I even value an artisan in the street? So when they tell me the thing is 10 whatever, $10, 10 pesos, 10 whatever, am I gonna argue? Do I have, like, why am I arguing with this person? I don't even know what it took to make this thing,
Yeah.
but I knew I came to your booth.
I came to you, right?
I came to you, fam. Like we really have it twisted out here, where we're gonna go and we're gonna haggle with someone that, like, you just got off the cruise ship. You see how these people are living. I'm arguing. I'm not arguing with them.
You're right.
Crazy talk.
And also, if you went to the gift shop in the cruise ship, the price is the price. Like, it's $20. You're not talking
the price is the price.
back and forth with the cashier. So why do that? That is good food for thought.
And you start to value yourself, right? So, like, as a person that makes things, small, little, and I make small things. So also people think, oh, because you make small things, that it's a small price. And I'm like, girl, my eyeballs hurt. It is not a small price. Like,
right.
I'm realizing that thing that I saw as I walked around, that could have took 100 hours.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. It just, you could get it somewhere else. Go get it somewhere else then. I don't know what to do. Like,
yeah.
So now I value myself higher, having interfaced with other artists from many different places.
I appreciate that. Okay, so a couple of quick fire questions.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
About TK. All right, let's see. Okay. Hold on. Okay. What are you soft about, even if you act hard? So what is like your thing that's like your soft spot?
Even if I act hard. I'm soft about old people. I love being elder. I'm very soft about them. I do, like, you know, I'll hold them accountable, but at the end of the day, I'm just like, oh, like, you know, I just love me an old person. Like,
I get it. I get it.
I
get it.
Yeah, so that's my weakness.
I get it. What's something that your 16-year-old self would be proud of?
16. Oh, that was a wild time. Well, it was just like not even a wild time. Spiritually, it was, because I was just inside the house all the time. And I think 16-year-old me would be amazed. She would be so amazed that, like, man, you did a bunch of cool things, even when they were hard.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And, like, there were times that you were afraid to stand up for yourself, and you did it, and you didn't die. Yes. Oh, she would be so happy we didn't die. Like,
yes. Look at us. I love it. What's the most powerful thing that a mic has ever given you?
It amplified my voice. It amplified the voice I already had so that it could reach more people. And that's why I want to keep using it. It also, in like a mic or podcasting or audio in general, has given me specifically the tools to create things on my own so that I don't have to wait for a company or whatever. It's like, I was at the Signal Awards last night. I was at Resonate over the weekend. I was at the Webbies 4 months ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And every project, Cass, every single thing was just had nothing to do with the company that I worked for. It was my company.
That's so dope.
It was my people. It was the people that I want to work with. Yeah. I was in the room with people that are fancy and fantastic, and now I'm fancy and fantastic off my own shit.
Period. That's
my shit, fam.
Yes. And I forgot to let's actually pop your shit real quick because you
Yeah.
really have been in your winning season. Like as the outsider looking in, it's like this award, that award. So yes, you said you got a Webby, Signal
Yeah.
Award, Resonate. You just did the podcast pitch party. Like what?
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Yes.
and those are just like some of that stuff is for like the clients. Like they
Sure.
applied, but I made the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like very
That's
happy. And it also taught me you got to be in it to win it, right?
hmm
So like people are like, oh, I didn't apply or I didn't get asked to speak, and I'm like, well, and someone said this to me. Did you apply? Did you submit? Are you in it? Are you in? And I'm like, ooh. So I started to adopt that. And then I started to tell my clients that, like, yes, I can make the thing, but I promise you, you're going to want to be in it to win it. If you've put in all this work, we're going to talk to these people about issues.
Yeah.
You want these things will help you go further. So you got to be in it to win it. And I had to apply that to myself. So now, putting myself out there for Resonate and all these like things for my show,
hmm
I'm really like, it's nerve wracking. I didn't
Sure.
think that people, I don't know what I thought, fam, if people would be receiving what
hmm
I had to say this past weekend, because a lot of it has to do with this is the industry. I'm literally talking to my peers about themselves.
Yeah.
So am I gonna be laughed off stage? Are they gonna take the hook and yank me off like Sandman?
Right.
Like, yo, so like I was scared till I started talking.
Yeah.
And then you realize a lot of that stuff is you're not alone.
Yep.
And the microphone, to your question, helps me to amplify my own voice in spaces where I thought I was alone and I thought I would be laughed at or pulled off the stage. Turns out it's mad people that are dealing with the same thing.
Yep.
So I receive every part of this winning season as a thing that's going to get me more amplification because I got some shit to say
Right.
and I'm not alone. And we're not doing this just for me. We're doing this for everybody that needs to hear it. I'm not paying attention to the people that don't. I'm paying attention to the people that do. And my inbox right now, sis, my DMs right now, my text messages right now tell me niggas got to hear this shit.
Period.
So let's go. Let's win.
Period.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I want to close off with. Actually, I'm gonna have two. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
What's an unconventional self-care practice that actually works for you? So,
ooh. Do you have an example so I can see how far?
you go as far as you want. Unconventional. Let me see what my unconventional self-care practice is. Okay, this may sound ridiculous, and I have to figure out how to reel it in, but I crash out, especially when I'm like, I was so used to always like keeping all of my thoughts and my feelings in. I'm just like, this shit's gonna kill me. So now I crash out, like I let it out.
Yeah.
I get loud, and then if I need to apologize, I'll go back and apologize. So right now, self-care for me is crashing out.
Yeah. Release that throat chakra. Okay, I love it.
Yes.
I'm gonna use that one. I think I probably do in my. So sometimes, I don't know if it's unconventional, but I think it's just like part of acceptance and like letting people see the you that they don't get to see often. So,
Okay.
I think maybe on the opposite of what you just said, like I go in. Sometimes I get quiet. Sometimes I don't want to talk. Sometimes I'm afraid, like I'm afraid that people will want this version, right? The version that is talking to you right now. Like this, I'm not like she's real. Like I'm real. But there's one that's like after we close the laptop, she's gonna power down.
Yeah. Yep.
And
that's
allowing people to see a full power down.
right.
Even on times where they might expect, right? Like I'll go to the function and people will, I love my people. Like they'll expect me to turn up because, right. And I'll be like, oh no, I'm good. I'm just waiting for them to cut the cake. I'm just here. Very demure, very mindful. I came for the cake. I did not come to host the show. I did not come to, and sometimes that jumps out, but like, I think the power of letting people see you power down reminds them that you're human. Because it's very easy to commodify someone that is I'm happy to be everywhere that I am.
Mm-hmm.
So people will assume that like just because you're having fun, that the fun is easy to have and that the fun is free to give. It costs me another battery every time that I do something, you know?
Yeah.
So trust and believe. If you see me at the function turning up, I've done mental calculations to say, okay, can I use this energy? Am I giving too much of myself? What am I losing tomorrow because I'm using this today? I've done the math.
Yep.
Energetic math. So allowing people to see me power all the way down, saying no, like I can't come out and play, stuff like that. It's uncomfortable sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'm learning to live with it as a
Yes.
self-care.
Yeah. And also they will deal. Like
Yeah.
we're learning a new side of TK and we love her, so it's gonna be all right. Yeah.
It's gonna be all right. See you next week.
Right. And then the last one would be, and this is kind of to circle back to where we started the conversation. So what's one thing that you hope Haitian American girls growing up today never forget?
Never forget. You have a voice. You can change your mind. Allow yourself to be celebrated. I'm just gonna give you a list. Don't do all the things. Don't do all the things for all the people. You don't have to do all the things. You don't have to be a sacrifice. You don't have to sacrifice yourself. They, them, whomever, non-binary government, family, entity, they will figure it out. Do not become a sacrifice for culture, custom, family, patriarchy, all the isms and all that shit.
Yep.
No. Talk your shit, pop your shit, go in, be quiet, be loud, do whatever you want to do, sis.
Yep. That part.
It has nothing to do with anything else. Just with you.
Yes. Thank you. So tell me, where can the people find you online and yes, all the things?
Tasty Quiche is my oldest, all the things. And then my podcast is The Secret Life of TK Dutes, Dutes. And that's on all platforms. I do have a Patreon.
Let's go. What's the URL? How do we find it? Yes.
Patreon.com/Secret Life of TK. And that's where I kind of I do art stuff. I give a monthly free newsletter, and the stuff that's going to be like behind the scenes for the show will be posted there. So any extras,
okay,
that's where that's going to be. Yep, pay what you owe.
Yes.
just come enjoy the content, or just come hang out in the free newsletter and vibe with us. But that's where I'm at, and I think folks can track me down on other socials. I don't be remembering.
Okay, cool. I'll have all the links down below in the show notes. Thank you for listening to this episode of Be Well Sis. If you'd like to get in touch with us, there's a link in the show notes. Be Well Sis is hosted by me, Dr. Cassandra Dunbar, and produced by Edit Audio. Don't forget to hit follow so you never miss an episode. Until next time, be well, sis.